Okay. Okay. I'm taking this off.
Hey Bob, I'm here.
Okay, hey, Jim was telling me that he's gonna bring some coaches over in a couple minutes. If you guys are ready to shoot some.
Yeah, you're looking for a guy named Kevin Patton. He's the camera guy that'll be to your left. He'll be your guy that puts you on camera.
Okay, so he's on the tripod.
No.
Oh, Kevin, right down here.
Yes.
All right. Excuse me, sir. You Kevin? I'm not Kevin. Tim. I got a Tim. Kevin's at the other end. I gotta go down here. All right. Yeah, I'm with the Rogan. I know who I got. Oh my goodness. I didn't even put two and two together when I was working with you. Hey, you're smart enough to work off. Yeah.
Test, test, test.
Oh, I'm hearing that guy in my headset now too.
You shouldn't be here, Bob.
I heard the guy down here with the wireless mic.
Right.
I heard that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got them under here. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, bring in some of those. These are all the South Carolina guys in order by number, and then that's all the North Carolina guys. If you want to use that stuff, and I can just do down in distance and that kind of thing, it might actually in some ways be easier because I'm trying to watch enough things that then to go like, okay, I got to find number 18 and find something interesting about it real quick. So, okay, sure, that'd be great. Yeah, I'll do all that, and you just analyze the play, and then just bring in stuff like that.
All right, ready? Here we go. And 3, 2. On the field with Marcus Wall, the coach for the North Carolina Junior Shrine Bowl team. And Coach, welcome to Spartanburg, South Carolina. A beautiful day for football, right? This feels like football weather.
Oh, it is definitely football weather. We appreciate being here. A great game for a great cause. Can't beat it.
What has your preparation been like for this game, and where are the kids right now as far as being ready to play a good football game?
As far as where they are, it's been a 10. The preparation has been good. Great kids who know football, so it's been a good experience for everybody.
A little bit of a challenge for the coaching staff to mend this team, to bring them together, to find some chemistry. How have you been able to do that in the weeks leading up to this to make it a team of individuals into a team?
Well, the thing about it is with this event, you get a lot of great kids. The North Carolina squad for sure is definitely a team we work to build, and just great kids.
What has their attitude been like? How excited are they to participate, to get a chance to play at a big stadium in front of a lot of people against some of the best in the Carolinas?
That's the best right there. Great attitude. They've done a great job this week. Parent support has been great, so it's been a great team effort.
How do you approach the game? It's fun, it's a great opportunity, but do you want to win this football game?
We wouldn't be here if we didn't want to win.
And that's what you tell them?
Definitely. We appreciate everything, enjoyed the times, the different functions, going to the hospital, the banquets, things such as that nature, but it's about this game now.
Coach, good luck. Enjoy the experience.
Thank you.
On the field with South Carolina coach Graham Whitlock. And Graham, it's a great day for football, right?
Man, this is exciting. It's for both states, and these guys, worked hard all week, and it's. I got chills coming down when we pulled in. It's like I'm ready to play. Coach Wall, I was looking for him to see if he wanted to hit one time, but it's okay.
Well, we just talked to him. Trust me, he's ready. And he said, well, it's been an outstanding experience. They're here to win a football game. I'm guessing South Carolina's here to defend their turf and win a football game as well.
Yeah, that's correct. All week we've been building our family, just like our parents have built their family all week and sent these great kids here. We're a family. So families look out for each other, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to bring our game.
You have these young men from all across the upstate in South Carolina. How do you get them to jail? How do you build chemistry?
Again, it's back to the family. These guys were raised by their parents, and they're good kids. They got the grades. They're great players. So the job was easy. All I had to do was say family. What your parents taught you, and that's our game plan.
What kind of game do you expect from pure physical style? Do we open it up? Do we have a lot of fun? Are there trick plays? How do we approach an all-star game like this?
You got great athletes to find out where to put them, because all these guys are the top guys on their team. So if you come in, find out where to put them, that's the hard thing. But the thing with our kids is they'll play anywhere. So back to family. That's what we're going to do.
And you're helping a lot of other families here today by participating in the Shrine Bowl and Shriners Hospital. That message gets across to these young men. How do they handle it?
You saw some eyes that were kind of wet, especially me. It's a good thing for these guys. They'll never forget it, and it's life-changing. So especially for the adults.
Well, we should have an outstanding game, Coach. Good luck. Let's have some fun out there today.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second annual Junior Shrine Bowl Battle of the Borders. At this time, we'd like to thank the Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas organization
and Wofford College for allowing this game to be played here. The Junior Shrine Bowl Battle of the Borders All-Star Football game was designed to offer a safe experience for sixth grade youth with an emphasis on football, alliance, safety, and training. Our game offers a high school level of experience for our 70 of our best sixth grade football players from both South and North Carolina. Through our great partnership, Junior Shrine Bowl is very determined to help financially and add an additional element to the already historic game led by the Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas to support Shriners Hospitals for children operated by Shriners International. For the enjoyment of the game for all in the stadium grounds, please be aware that Gibbs Stadium is a non-smoking facility. This includes the front plaza and restroom areas. Thank you for your cooperation. And now for what you have been waiting for. Will you direct your attention to the south end zone for the introduction of the 2016 teams? We would want to make a special thanks to the Chapman Youth and Blue Ridge Youth cheerleading squads for cheering in our great game today. Now representing the visiting North Carolina Tar Heel team. Number 1, Elijah Hadley. Number 3, Logan Gilliam. Number 4, Anthony Smith. Number 5, David Hargrove. Number 6, Chad Giaruso. Number 7, Braylon Journey. Number 8, Calvin Galloway Jr. Number 9, Angus Weaver. Number 10, Dante Wynn Jr. Number 12, Colson Fields. Number 13, William Brimmer. Number 14, Holden Weatherford. Number 15, Keegan Dixon. Number 16, Christopher Peel. Number 22, Aaron Herring. Number 23, Kimarian Baldwin. Number 50, Jackson Fields. Number 51, Michael Jaden Coleman. Number 55, Joseph Brooks. Number 56, Aaron Foster. Number 61, Chandler Horney. Number 62, Nathan Lingle. Number 63, Andrew Pope. Number 65, Matthew Bivens. Number 72, Jeffrey Linton. Number 76, Reagan McCraney. Number 78, Keith Sampson. Number 88, Alexander Bailey. Number 89, Gavin Moore. Number 92, Jamison Pegwas. And number 98, Samaje Turner. And now the coaching staff for the North Carolina team. Assistant coach A.J. Gaffney. Assistant coach William Hall. Assistant coach Stephen McMillan. Defensive coordinator James Griffin. Offensive coordinator Rodney Brewington. And the head coach for North Carolina, Marcus Wall. Now representing the home team of South Carolina. Number 1, Brenton Black. Number 2, Derek Barksdale. Number 3, Michael Mahaffey. Number 4, Malik Williams. Number 5, Jamison Wallington. Number 6, Ryan Bunlett. Number 7, Logan Coldren. Number 8, Jacob Collins. Number 9, Kai Cook. Number 10, Caleb Cooper. Number 11, Bennett Judy. Number 12, Demarius Foster. Number 13, Kendall Lewis. Number 14, Grayson Loftus. Number 15, Andrew McPeters. Number 16, Bryson Miller. Number 17, Azion Moore. Number 18, Fred Pearson IV. Number 19, DeMarcus Porter. Number 21, Will White. Number 22, Tanner Staten. Number 23, Donnell Bobo. Number 24, Mackenzie Brixton. Number 28, Maddox Smith. Number 52, Caleb David Melton. Number 55, Deshaun Briggs. Number 57, Javen Shelton. Number 58, Isaiah David Chapman. Number 65, Paul William Lee. Number 70, Richard McCall. Number 72, Duvi Ontarius Armstrong. Number 81, Tyler Shipman. And number 98, Edward Geth. And now the coaching staff for South Carolina. Assistant coach Ronald Briggs. Quarterback coach Stephen Garcia. Defensive back coach Russell Mahaffey. Defensive back coach Deshaun Martin. Offensive and defensive line coach Stan Boroff. Defensive coordinator Brad McPeters. Offensive coordinator Lee Judy. And the head coach for South Carolina, Graham Whitlock. Now the officials for today's game. Referee Ronnie Blount. Umpire Derek Solar. Line judge Randy Ritchie. Head lineman Keith Beverly. Side judge Darren Deese. Field judge, Brian Scott. And back judge, Wallace Hardy. We would like to introduce the trainers for today, Josh Nelson and Aaron Ellis. Also, the head trainer, Adam Rands. Entering the field at this time is Ronnie Blount, athletic director, Nigel Pate, vice game chairman, Jimmy Staten, game chairman. These gentlemen would like to thank each of you for your support and attending today's game. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by game chairman Jimmy Staten.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, just want to thank you for everything that you bestowed upon us. I want to thank you for the great blessings that you give us and our children for this great game. We know that we're here today because we're here to help our children with a Shriners Hospital. We just want to thank everybody here. Thank you for all you contributed, and go Junior Shrine Bowl. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, remain standing, please, for the singing of our national anthem by Ruby Callahan of Fuquay Varina, North Carolina.
Early light, what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight once so proud the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I'll give her an A for effort because I couldn't do it. No, I couldn't do it. Nope. What do you want?
And now the team captain
For today's game are as follows. For South Carolina, number 6, Ryan Bunlett. Number 72, Dubai Ontarius Armstrong. Number 52, Caleb Melton. And number 17, Zion Moore. For North Carolina, number 1, Elijah Hadley. Number 76, Reagan McCraney. Number 98, Samaje Turner. And honorary captain number 61, Chandler Horney.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Spartanburg, South Carolina. We are on the campus of Wofford College at Gibbs Stadium, and we are moments away from the start of the second annual Junior Shrine Bowl, matching up middle school football stars from both North and South Carolina. Hi, everybody. Fred Cunningham along with Ed Geth. Bob Mahalik is on the sidelines. He will join us in just a couple of moments. Well, Ed, we were together for the very first of these games last year. A lot of fun. We've got some players that are on the field today that might be back here in a few years to play. I guess the number would be maybe 6 years to play in the actual Shrine Bowl, which will be played later today.
Absolutely. A lot of these kids are absorbing this event and this atmosphere, and I promise you, we will be reading some of these names again in about 6 years, coming back to the same place, competing in the actual Shrine Bowl, watching these kids go on to play college and maybe even professional football.
Well, we've got our coin flip right there. As you can see, the North Carolina team in green will be getting the football first. The South Carolina team in red will be kicking off. Before we get things rolling, let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team on a cold morning in Spartanburg. We say hi to Bob Mahalik.
Good morning, and it is cold indeed, 35 degrees, but the good news is no precipitation, no rain, no freezing rain. Field conditions are absolutely perfect. It is a fast track, and guys, we talked to the coaches of these respective teams just moments ago, and they both said it's been a very rewarding week, that both the teams have come together. There's a lot of chemistry. These young men, these kids really have grasped the concept of how they are representing their state, how they are representing their families, how they are representing the children to Shriners Hospital. And then after all that good stuff, both coaches looked me straight in the eye and said, we are ready to win a football game.
It's going to be a fun one, Bob. They had no hesitation when you talked to them a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Listen, it's all about competition when it's all said and done. You know, the Jimmy Stanton and the Shriners have put on a great event, first class, well run. But when these coaches and when these players get on the field, they want to win. These are some of the more competitive coaches I've seen, some of the most competitive players. I mean, they compete at everything. Just at the banquet the other night, they were competing in a dance-off. They were competing in a chant battle. They compete hard, and I expect a hard competition today.
Well, we, of course, let's mention at least the head coaches. We'll be talking about some of their staff coming up in shortly, but Marcus Wall is the head coach of the North Carolina team, and South Carolina is coached by Graham Whitlock. So, as you can see, back deep for North Carolina, ready to take this opening kickoff. That's Roan Herring. He is from New Bern, North Carolina. He is awaiting this kick that will be made from the 40-yard line, and kicking off for South Carolina is Andrew McPeters, who is from Inman, and he'll be a future Chapman High School Panther, and what a great season they've had. They kind of go for the squib kick right off the mark, and it's going to be recovered there by North Carolina's number 88, Alexander Bailey. So the North Carolina team will take over, and they will start this drive first down and 10, and they're going to mark it at the 47-yard line.
See what I mean? With already competing, already trying a little strategy, a little trickery. These guys are trying to win the football game. I mean, they could have went with just a traditional kick, but no. South Carolina's like, no, we're going to see what we got and try to get the football back early, and didn't quite go well, but we'll see what they line up with on defense.
By the way, if I was North Carolina, I might run right behind big number 72. You saw him coming out there and filling your screen. That's Jeffrey Linton, 6 feet, 215 pounds, and he's in middle school. On first down, Elijah Hadley is in big trouble early, the North Carolina quarterback. We've got a penalty marker down. He was nearly sacked on the play, and he's going to wind up actually picking up yardage. He's going to pick up a first down. He gets all the way down to the South Carolina 40-yard line. What an effort by Hadley. He is out of Mabane, North Carolina. He looked like he was going to be sacked for a huge loss, and he winds up turning it a first down and getting into South Carolina territory, but we do have a penalty flag down.
Let's see what the penalty is, but that was a great play. I mean, he turned nothing into something really quick. The kid is big and can move.
And it's going to be an offsides against South Carolina, so North Carolina will obviously refuse that penalty. And let's take another look at it. Look at this effort.
Defense was in the backfield pretty quickly, but he saw enough green and turned it up the field and made a big play.
Jacob Collins was the South Carolina defender that looked like he had a chance to make that sack. It did not happen, and Hadley again turned a huge loss into a big gain to take it into South Carolina territory. He works again out of the shotgun, and we've got once again motion across the line of scrimmage. And did South Carolina jump, or were they drawn? See already, it looks like Graham Whitlock is having some words for the officials because it looks like his defense has now been whistled twice in each of the first 2 plays.
Yeah, that defense is real jumpy. They seem very excited, and North Carolina's doing something with the snap count to get those guys drawn off sides, and they're probably going to have to correct that because you don't want to give a player like Elijah Hadley too many advantages, it seems.
We got our first timeout of the game that's been called right here. Each team will have 3 timeouts. That was the first timeout that was taken by the South Carolina team. By the way, we want to welcome everyone who's watching us live this morning on YouTube. This is the Junior Shrine Bowl YouTube channel. We're happy to have you with us. Hopefully you're watching in a nice warm place. Again, it's a cold morning in Spartanburg, no sunshine, right around just above the freezing mark. Well, they didn't wind up calling that. Apparently, they got that timeout in before they appeared to jump offside. So it's now 1st down and 10, and here's the pitch going to the left side, and that is Kamarion Baldwin, and he's going to be dropped for a loss all the way back close to midfield. That was Jacob Collins again, number 8, who actually had the great penetration, nearly had the sack on the first snap of the game, and here he is causing trouble again.
Yeah, Jacob Collins is really quick in that backfield. You know, his college choice today would be Auburn, and I'm sure Auburn will be looking for a player like him in the future.
Wound up being a loss of 3 officially in the place, and now make it 2nd down and 13 from the South Carolina 43. And once again, we've got motion across at least the South Carolina defensive front. Looks like this will go against South Carolina, so that's going to erase at least some of that loss. North Carolina now will be looking at 2nd down and 8. So the South Carolina team, maybe it's a short count or something like that, but they've been struggling so far.
Struggling with it, yes, they have.
This is to the Hadley to the right again. He's inside the 45, and it looks like he's going to have enough to get the 1st down. He is right at the 30. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds, but Elijah Hadley is proving to be very elusive. Again, he's 5'7", 148.
Yeah, he's a big guy, hard to bring down. He's a 3-sport athlete, basketball, track, and baseball. And we see a lot of that footwork and speed putting to work on this football field today.
Logan Coldren from Simpsonville making the tackle on that last play, but still Hadley picked up the 1st down now from the 29-yard line, and Hadley looking to throw for the first time. Will throw. He's got a connection right there, but they're going to run immediately into South Carolina tacklers. Completed it to Baldwin, who had the carry earlier in the game, but once again, there is Jacob Collins, one of the first to meet him, and it's going to wind up actually being a loss of 1 on the play. That'll make it 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, Jacob Collins out of Greer has come to make a lot of plays today. He's in the backfield. He's very active. He's reading the offense very well. Might expect him to make a lot of plays today.
From the 30-yard line. You're wondering about the timing of the game today. We were playing 4 10-minute quarters with junior varsity timing rules. This is Hadley going to the right side, 25-20. He's inside the 15, inside the 10, finally brought down at about the 7-yard line. But Hadley is just turning into a load right now for this South Carolina defense to handle.
Yeah, when you're that big and that fast, that is tough to bring down. You have to chase them, and you got to grab and wrap them up. Proves a big task for the defense.
DeMarcus Morgan was in there on the side. DeMarcus Porter, I should say, was in there on the tackle.
Now, DeMarcus Porter should be able to match him speed-wise. He's one of the faster kids on this South Carolina team, competes nationally in AAU track, and you know, if he gets past that first line of defense, DeMarcus Porter should be able to clean up. But once again, Hadley, tough to bring down.
1st down and goal for North Carolina. They'll actually go from the 4-yard line. You saw the face mask penalty was called against South Carolina, so half the distance to the goal. So 1st and goal for North Carolina. And Hadley fakes the handoff, does give it this time to Baldwin. Baldwin sleeping to the left side. He will get in for the touchdown. Touchdown, North Carolina. And the Tar Heels strike first on the old-fashioned power sweep. They went to the left side.
Yes, sir. That's old-fashioned indeed. Just line up man-to-man, see how far and how fast you can get there.
Here's another look at it from our ground level camera. Got in there pretty much untouched. He had great blocking in front of him. He gets in there for the touchdown to make it 6-0. Now the teams, of course, have the choice. They can go for 2 or they can kick, and that's what North Carolina is going to do here. And just to let you know the rules of this game, the defense is not allowed to actually rush the kicker. They can jump up and down, but this is going to be Chad Garuso to attempt the extra point. They have to do a snap. They have to do a hold. Here's the extra point kick up, and that kick is good. And North Carolina takes an opening kickoff, and they ride pretty much the back of Elijah Hadley down the field with some terrific runs. And the Tar Heels jump out to a 7-0 lead on South Carolina. That was an impressive drive.
That was a very impressive drive. I can't really say anything bad about the South Carolina defense because they were actually in the backfield for several of those plays. But what happened was you have a superstar player who just made a lot out of a little, and they got to figure a way to contain him and maybe let somebody else beat them on the field. Elijah made the right reads, made the right cuts, and escaped a lot of trouble. So we'll see how they adjust, and we'll see what South Carolina puts on the field offensively now.
I want to bring up to date with some of our game rules today. One of the interesting ones is that each player must play at least 6 games or 6 plays in today's game. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Angus Weaver from Columbus, North Carolina, from Polk County High School, is going to be kicking off for North Carolina. And again, the kickoffs are being done from the 40-yard line. Here comes. Actually, they had big number 76. Reagan McCraney actually had the kickoff himself, and South Carolina will pick up the ball, and not much running room there at all for Demarius Foster, who is brought down on that special teams play by Anthony Smith.
That was a great tackle by Anthony. Open field, one-on-one, sized him up, moved his feet, and brought him down.
Great offensive possession for North Carolina. Elijah, you guys came out with some fire. You're ready to play.
Yeah, we're ready to play. We've been practicing all week in the cold. We're ready to play.
You are an exceptional young man. Tell us your preparation for this game and why you think that resulted in a touchdown on the first drive.
Because we came out and our offensive line pushed and we worked hard.
All right, thank you very much, Elijah. Continued success. Always praise the offensive line if you're a quarterback. Smart man.
Smart way to go. You're right, Bob. On first down, South Carolina is going to go for a lot, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. Good defense downfield. The Sandlappers were trying to find DeMarcus Porter, the wide receiver out of Spartanburg, a future Dorman Cavalier, it looks like, as you see the pass there by Bennett Judy, the quarterback out of Simpsonville.
Yeah, Simpsonville, he's been known to make great reads and great throws. Good kid, comes from a good coaching background. He had an exceptional career this season at Blue Ridge.
Judy on second down and 10 will hand it off this time. Running room, it looks like 30 up to about the 32, 33. Loose football, and North Carolina's got the turnover. You saw big number 78, Keith Sampson, fall on the football on second down, and just like that, North Carolina, already with a 7-0 lead, has a chance to add to it with great field position. Let's pick it up again. The running back for South Carolina just gets the ball knocked loose there at the end. I believe that was Donnell Bobo on the carry. Knocked out by Samaj Turner for North Carolina. He was the guy who forced the fumble. And now that North Carolina offense is back out on the field just like that, and they will start at the South Carolina 35.
Yeah, they're doing some very good tackling on the North Carolina side. The runner had no idea. He came up from behind and poked the ball loose, and now they got momentum.
And Hadley will throw it long on first down, a jump ball, and it's knocked down. Nice play downfield by South Carolina. That was Caleb Cooper on that pass play. They were trying to get the ball to number 56, Aaron Foster, who was kind of in a crowd right there. I do kind of like the North Carolina idea. You know, you can see this in the NFL, you see it in the colleges. You get a turnover and you try to cash it in immediately by throwing the bomb.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. When you have momentum like that, you take a shot downfield. You take a little heat check, see if you can go ahead and knock them out early. They did that, didn't work, so now they'll probably go back to their traditional play calling.
Foster almost had to turn into a defender there as you see a penalty flag come out on 2nd down and 10. And this is going to be, as you can see, an offside against North Carolina. So that's the first penalty called on that false start against the Tar Heels. So now it's going to be 2nd down and 15.
Yes, and let's see if the defense can capitalize on this, because they're able to get in the backfield. What they're not able to do is close the deal. So we'll see if, a little bit more room, a penalty in their favor will give them a little bit momentum, a little bit more confidence to make a defensive play. Oh, yeah, somebody's in the backfield.
Once again, there's Collins again. He can't quite track down Hadley. Hadley is loose again, but they're going to actually drop him finally for a loss all the way back at the 45-yard line, and that's the first time they've been able to close the deal. Derek Barksdale, he's from Rock Hill. Someday he'll be a South Point high schooler, and he makes the drop there, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
Yes, they finally got him in the backfield where they could bring him down. It took a gang effort, as you can see, but one guy got back in there and caused him to get out of rhythm and open it up for somebody to make a tackle.
The loss is all the way back to the 43-yard line, so that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 18. So South Carolina's defense, as we've got a timeout on the field, the South Carolina defense trying to sort of bail out the offense, which had that fumbled turnover on their 2nd snap of the game.
Yeah, that's what you want your defense to do.
7-0 South Carolina again as North Carolina comes out. These timeouts will not last terribly long, by the way. They're set for about 30 seconds each. So on 3rd down and about 18 yards to go, North Carolina's best play might be just to let Hadley cut loose, because he has been very good running the football.
Absolutely. Everything should probably go through him.
And he's going to make a pass right here, and he's got blocking ahead of him. Completed pass. That is, once again, his favorite target. That's Kamarion Baldwin, and Baldwin is all the way down the sidelines and in for a touchdown. That is why I am not an offensive coordinator, and Rodney Brewington is for North Carolina. So now Hadley with a touchdown run. He adds a touchdown pass, and the Tar Heels cash in the turnover.
Yeah, that was a great screen play set up down the field there. He made a lot of defenders miss and turned up the jets and got in the end zone.
Showed some speed, showed some power. He fought off the tackle by Derek Barksdale, who had made a stop a little bit earlier. So now at 13-0 North Carolina, they will try to add the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good, and just like that, it is North Carolina has scored 14 points in barely 5 minutes of this opening quarter, and they're out to a big lead on South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina has now dug itself a hole, and now they got to figure out a way to make some plays. North Carolina is controlling the momentum. The Herring score and the Hadley score have put North Carolina in a comfortable place right now, and usually you tend to play a little more relaxed, but if they get too relaxed, we'll see if South Carolina can take advantage. But right now, everything's rolling the Tar Heel State way.
Of course, it's good news for Marcus Wall, their head coach, who, interestingly enough, 25 years ago was selected to play in the Shrine Bowl, which will be played here today. He couldn't participate even though he was selected because he was still busy playing football for the Southview Tigers. They played and won the 1991 state championship at their level in North Carolina. Of course, Marcus Wall went on to play some years in the pros, played some with the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots before his career was done. And right now as a head coach, he's off to a very good start in an all-star game with North Carolina leading it by a score of 14-0. Tar Heels will kick off again. I believe this will be Chad Giarusso kicking off, and man, he really sends it downfield, fielded at about the 20-yard line, up to about the 35, 40, 45-yard line, nearly to midfield, and still on his feet, and finally brought down in North Carolina. What a huge play by DeMarcus Porter out of Spartanburg, and that was a huge play for South Carolina, who desperately needs to get something going.
Well, yeah, DeMarcus Porter, like I said earlier, is one of the speedsters on this team. The kid is jet fast. You know, the matchup coming into this was supposed to be the size of the Tar Heels versus the speed of South Carolina, and you just saw a display of it right there.
New quarterback looks like for South Carolina would be Ryan Bunlute. And he's going to get some positive yardage on first down, pick up about 5 yards right there. Hey, we want to send it down to the sideline, and we'll check in with Bob Mahalik.
All right, I'm down here with Jacob Collins, who's been playing a fantastic game defensively for the South Carolina team, a young man who will be playing at Riverside High School one day. And Jacob, I know they've scored 2 touchdowns. What's going on out there on the field? What can you tell us?
I mean, we're just making a bad read. We're not really looking at what's going on. We could play better. I know we can.
I know you guys can play better. You had a great week of practice. Tell us how this team has come together and how you prepared coming from different schools to become one team.
I mean, we're all one unit. We practice as a unit, and we just became a family.
No doubt you guys can turn it around defensively here as the game goes on.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck the rest of the way, Jacob. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Bob. As you saw, though, once again on the carry for South Carolina, Bunlute out of Inman. He was able to pick up a couple of yards, so that's going to bring up third down at about 4 from the North Carolina 39-yard line. Some unusual formations now by South Carolina. There's a direct snap. You can see penalty flags are down on the play. The carry by Azion Moore out of Spartanburg. But we'll have to check out the penalty. He's going to be short of the first down, it looks like, by, well, it looks like at least 2 yards. We'll see where they officially spot the football, but we're still waiting for the penalty flag.
Yes, sir. Azion Moore, another pretty good, fast, strong, power running back. Him and the current quarterback that's in there, Bunlute, are teammates on the youth football league. So that should be some interesting chemistry of how they read off each other, and we'll see if the switch that the South Carolina coach makes will result in some positive results for South Carolina.
Right now we do have, first of all, you can see that the penalty called on the play was against North Carolina, was for offsides, and that will give South Carolina a first down at the North Carolina 34. We've got a stoppage of play right now because we've got one of the Tar Heel players is injured, but the good news, he is up, walking just a little bit gingerly on an ankle right now, so hopefully it's not a serious injury. I believe the injured North Carolina player is number 7. That's Braylon Journey. He is from Charlotte. Someday he'll be playing at Lake Norman Charter High School. So after the penalty, South Carolina has a first down and 10. Now they're at the North Carolina 34-yard line. And again, this drive started in Tar Heel territory thanks to an outstanding kickoff return. On first down, Bluevelt will change the direction for a moment, then he just lowers his head and powers his way across the 30-yard line, and it'll be on the way down to, they will spot it at about the 28-yard line, looks like.
Well, it looks like South Carolina's taking a different approach. They're not spreading out and looking to throw it. They're looking to just power run. They see something up front where they can take an advantage, and it's working out so far for them.
And on second down and about 3, going to the left side this time. He's going to be taken out of bounds, but once again, Bunlute with another good run. That is good for another South Carolina first down. And now that they are in the red zone, South Carolina's got something going.
As Bunlute is really powering the ball down the field. They're using him well. They got some good blocking up front, and power football is winning out right now.
He's 5'5", 145, but he looks a lot bigger than that as he runs. As you can see, like a spin move in traffic there. As that time it was Azion Moore on the carry, but you can also see right off the snap we had more penalty flags go, so we'll have to find out what the markers are for this time.
Looks like a false start on the offense.
He is going to go against South Carolina. Our head referee today is Ronnie Blunt, by the way. Derek Solar, Randy Ritchie, Keith Beverly, Darren Deese, Brian Scott, and Wallace Hardy are today's game officials. But this will be a mark-off against South Carolina. It goes all the way back to the 37-yard line, so a 15-yard penalty. So now make it first down and 25. And that's a big hurt right here as they're going to get the snap to Bennett Judy again. He's going to hand off left side, and really nowhere to run that time at all. That was Kendall Lewis. He is out of Inman, and Lewis tried the left side and actually may have lost half a yard on that play, and it'll make it now second down and a long 25.
Yeah, it looked like Kendall didn't see much on that side. He tried to use his feet to try to get around defenders, but the North Carolina defense is not having it so far.
A penalty really coming back to haunt South Carolina right now. They're going to try a reverse, and this going to the right side. That is DeMarcus Porter. Porter still on his feet. He's inside the 40, 35, 30 down the sideline. He's got a chance for a first down and more. And how about that? What a play. What a touchdown run by DeMarcus Porter out of Spartanburg. And just like that, South Carolina is back in the game.
Yes, yes, yes. That was a great play. And again, the display of speed, the display of agility of DeMarcus Porter to avoid tacklers, see the green, and head for the light at the end of the tunnel.
All the way into for that touchdown run, a 43-yard touchdown run by Porter, which makes it now a 14-6 game in favor of North Carolina. What a fun first quarter we've had, and we've still got a minute 23 to go in it. I counted. He only had to break one tackle. Nobody else could really get a good shot at him. So you just saw how he made some good cuts. He had another spin move in there.
Yes, yes. He's. I'm telling you, the kid is dynamic when he gets in open field. He gets in open field. Is not too many people that you'll see that can catch that kid.
I believe it's going to be Andrew McPeters who will try the point after for South Carolina. He is from Inman, and again, you have to snap the ball. You've got to then make the set. Defense doesn't rush. They can jump up and down as they are, so the extra point try will be up, and it's going to be a little bit short.
A little short.
So that's going to leave the score at 14-6. But with that, South Carolina, which gave up an opening touchdown drive, then had a turnover that was cashed in by North Carolina. They respond, and it's a one-score game with $1:23 to go in our opening quarter.
Yes, that was a great response. It showed the heart and resilience of the South Carolina kids. They didn't hang their heads. They didn't get down. They didn't start doing things outside of what the coach told them. They stuck with the game plan and got some positive results on the field.
Again, here's another look from the ground angle, that touchdown run. This was on a reverse, and he broke one tackle, and then once he got the corner, it was just all him the rest of the way. Big number 78, Keith Sampson, tried to chase after him, got just a little grab on him on that shoulder pad, but wasn't going to bring him down.
Yeah, just couldn't. You can't arm tackle from that far away. Great effort, but with a kid that's number 2 in the state in the 100 and 200 and competes nationally for AAU track, you're just not going to outrun him. You got to keep him in front of you.
I think we'll see a lot of him today as you take a look there. That is Andrew McPeters. He will now kick off. And again, our kickoffs have been coming from the 40-yard line. So we'll see what South Carolina does this time. On the opening kickoff, they hit kind of a squib kick. And you can see back deep for the Tar Heels, Arone Herring from New Bern, North Carolina. South Carolina kickoff, and again, they're just going to kind of squib it right there. And they've got the good hands person there. That's Elijah Hadley.
Elijah Hadley, yeah, he's not.
So once again, North Carolina has really good field position. Think about this. They have started 2 drives from their own 48, and of course, because of the turnover, they started their middle drive in South Carolina territory.
Yeah, that seems to be an interesting strategy to give North Carolina such good field position. But I'm sure Coach believes in his defense. But obviously, North Carolina definitely believes in Elijah Hadley making plays.
Yeah. Graham Whitlock is the coach of South Carolina, and he has coached a lot of youth football. He played his football at Lawrence High School and the colleges of Gardner-Webb. He was an outstanding punter. He led the nation in punting average and net punting back in 2003. Very impressive. All right, North Carolina, they've had the ball twice. They've made it to the end zone twice, and on first down, Hadley looks to throw, and he's going to put it up down the middle. Another jump ball, and it's going to be picked off by South Carolina. The first turnover of the game for North Carolina. DeMarcus Porter pulled in that jump ball just like that. So South Carolina will go back on offense, and they got a chance if they can get a drive going to perhaps tie this game.
Well, listen, when you're in games like this, there's always a kid who's looking to make a stamp on the game, and it looks like DeMarcus Porter is one of those kids. I mean, he goes in, scores a touchdown, and 2 plays later, he makes the big interception, and now we'll see if the momentum has swung to South Carolina.
North Carolina has put it up twice, and they've thrown long each time, and they've kind of thrown it into a crowd, kind of a jump ball situation. And the North Carolina receiver there, he was outnumbered 3-on-1, and if one of them is obviously Porter,
yes,
it's almost like 4-to-1. He's that good of an athlete.
Yeah, he is.
So 1st and 10 for South Carolina from their own 42-yard line, and we got a stoppage of play. End of the quarter, and that's a good reason why. So we will switch ends, and after 1 quarter of play, North Carolina leads South Carolina by a score of 14-6. And again, if you're just joining us, we welcome you to the Junior Shrine Bowl game here at the Gibbs Stadium on the campus of Wofford College. Later on this afternoon, we will see the 80th Shrine Bowl. And let's go ahead and check in with Bob Mahalik.
Hey, Fred, I've done something nobody else is able to do. I've slowed down DeMarcus Porter, and I've actually got my arm around him. What a great performance so far in this game. First, tell us about the touchdown on the reverse.
I feel great.
Yeah? You did a lot of that on your own. You have tremendous speed. How did you develop all this speed?
Just ran track a lot all the summer.
Track helps you. Now, for that interception, it was like a jump ball there. How did you read that play?
I just saw him. I just read his eyes, then I ran, and then when he threw it, I jumped for the ball and I caught it.
You did a great job. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of you the rest of the game. Continued success.
All right, thanks, Bob. Man, you talk about an early candidate for player of the game for South Carolina. I think we know it right now.
Hey, I like his answers. Short and simple. Hey, it felt great. I read his eyes. I ran and got the ball. That's pretty much what he did.
Grayson Loftus from Taylor's is now going to be the South Carolina quarterback for this series as we start the second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 42, delayed handoff, 45, first down yardage, and into North Carolina territory. Terrific run there by Azion Moore. So with him making that run, it's going to be first down for the Sandlappers. They're going to mark it at the 45.
The South Carolina, listen, this game is filled with talent, and Zion Moore is another one of those talents. He's a strong runner. He runs downhill, and he always keeps his feet moving.
See a little motion right there, but though they will call the flag. I don't know if it was indecision or if it took an extra moment to grab the flag, because, again, we've got 35 degrees right now, so the officials might be losing feeling in their fingers at this point.
Absolutely.
That's going to help things out.
That's one job I wouldn't want to have. I'll stay right here where we are versus having to make a call down there.
So a 5-yard penalty for the offsides will now make it first down and 5 for South Carolina at the 40-yard line of North Carolina. Grayson Loftus, he'll be a Blue Ridge player one of these days, and he looks to pass on first down and 5. Now he's rolling to his right. We'll put the ball up, and it's going to be nearly completed, but it's going to be just short. You can see that Caleb Cooper out of Simpsonville couldn't quite get up there to catch the ball. That'll make it 2nd down and 5.
Cooper made a great effort. It was a pretty well-thrown ball.
Yeah.
Just hit him right on the tip of the fingers.
Tip of the fingers right there. He couldn't get completely there, but at least got a grab at it. That's going to make it now 2nd down and 5. And once again, a little change of quarterback for South Carolina. And we're going to go back to the power running quarterback, and for good reason. That is Bunlute, and Bunlute has the first down and more, finally knocked out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. And again, he looks much bigger than what we list him at. He's just a load coming on that right side.
Bunlute also played defensive end for his little league team, and so you can see he knows how to absorb tackles as well as make some.
So the first down now from the 25-yard line. So South Carolina is back in the red zone again, trailing this game 14-6. Going to the right side that time was Zion Moore, and Moore will pick up some yardage. He'll be inside the 25 down to about the 22-yard line. And that'll make it, maybe they'll mark it at the 23. So a pickup of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Coach Whitlock is doing a great combination of power and finesse football and keeps the defense honest.
Drops the football, does Bunloot, but he's going to roll to the left side. He might be in some trouble here, and they're going to finally bring him out. Loose football, and South Carolina is able to fortunately fall on it. Good effort there by one of their receivers. That's Tanner Staten. He's from Lexington, South Carolina, down in the Midlands. He'll play for Brooklyn Casey one of these days. But that time, Bunloot could not turn the corner, and they were very fortunate to hang on to the football.
Yeah, the bad snap kind of started that play. It looked pretty doomed from the start. It's hard to make up that much when you have to run east-west instead of north-south.
Give Angus Weaver some credit. He stripped the football out, but North Carolina couldn't recover it. But the loss is back to the 36-yard line, so that's going to make it 2nd down and about 21. And rolling to the left side here, just not much room at all, so he finally takes it out of bounds. That's Bennett Judy at quarterback. Was looking to throw and just had nobody home, and that's going to bring up now 3rd down and long. 3rd down and about 21 yards to go.
Yeah, that's good. So got a long way to go to try to get a completion here, to get a 1st down. We'll see what Coach tries to drop on this playbook.
I would think about DeMarcus Porter, if possible.
Yeah, he seems to make plays when you need plays to be made.
This is actually, we've got a whistle right here that's going to stop play. Timeout was called by South Carolina. That will be their 2nd of the half.
Coach must didn't like the way they were lined up to get that play off, and he's going to make some adjustments here, and we'll see what they come back with out of this timeout.
We do have 4th down here, and one of the rules about this game today about dealing with 4th down, you have 2 options. You can either go for it, or they won't have an actual punt. What they will take is an automatic 30-yard advance of the football. So you won't have any live punting today, but it looks like right now South Carolina is willing to go for it on 4th down. A long way to go, but they start this one in North Carolina territory. I'll tell you a little bit about the North Carolina coaching staff, by the way. Rodney Brewington, he is the offensive coordinator. He's the head football coach at Southview High School in Hope Mills. James Griffin and Stephen McMillan are the defensive coordinators for North Carolina. The South Carolina coaching staff, Lee Judy is the offensive coordinator. He's coached more than 40 teams at different age levels and across multiple sports. And Brad McPeters from Inman is the defensive coordinator for South Carolina. All right, 4th down and a long way to go for South Carolina. They're going to do a double reverse again, and they've got the ball in the hands right now of DeMarcus Porter, who is still on his feet, but he's not going to get there this time. He's going to be finally taken out of bounds. Samaj Turner was one of the North Carolina defenders that was there to bring him down, but on 4th down, that'll be a turnover of the football, and it'll be Tar Heels will have it.
Yeah, that it was good to try to get it in his hand, but Samaj Turner did a good job of keeping him inside instead of outside, and made a great tackle right there.
So North Carolina will get the football back, and they start this drive from their own 33-yard line. Hadley is at quarterback, and of course he's been extremely dangerous running the football. Last time they had it, he had the turnover on the interception on what was basically a jump ball. On 1st down, he's going to roll to his right side. Looks like he's looking to throw, but now he's going to keep it, and for good reason. He's got the 1st down, takes a good hit right there, but stays on his feet, and is finally marked out of bounds. We got a late penalty flag that came in, and I wonder if Hadley may have said something. Yeah, it came in so late. Well, let's see what the penalty is first. As you can see right now, you can see in that yellow helmet he's having a conversation. I believe that is with one of the North Carolina coaches.
Yeah, they seemed to jump and pull him to the side really quick, like they had to calm him down for whatever reason. But we'll see what the penalty results are.
It is going to be against the offense. He made it. Here's another look at it. He really does a great job. He takes a big hit and stays on his feet. But as he's taken out of bounds there, and it looks like he may have said something to the other player.
Yeah, that's what it seems to look that way, like there was some words being said.
Yeah. So they're going to call an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty there. So now from the 29-yard line on first down, and here's the pitch and reversing his field and getting yardage 35 and finally brought down to the 40-yard line. A first down run for North Carolina, Kamarion Baldwin. I think it's been Baldwin or Hadley has had every touch for the North Carolina offense so far today.
Yeah, those two seem to make a lot of the big plays that North Carolina needs to advance the ball, and it's proving successful.
Yep.
Can't broke anything doesn't need to be fixed.
Caleb Cooper made the stop for North Carolina, or for South Carolina, I should say, and there's going to be an offside penalty. South Carolina has had several of those so far. That was 1st and 10 from the 41. And with the offsides penalty, it'll make it 1st and 5 from the 46.
Yeah, that South Carolina line still is a bit jumpy. They hadn't quite solved that issue, or they can't make that correct read on the snap count.
Clock running, coming up on 6 minutes to go in the first half. North Carolina leads it 14-6, and on the reverse, no running room at all. What a big stop there by that South Carolina defense, as the ball carrier for North Carolina was Colson Fields, but once again Collins, who's made a ton of big plays.
Collins has been in the backfield pretty much all night.
I love the fact that he is wearing, I believe that's he's got number 34 on one side. I'm trying to figure out if that was a Miami Dolphins helmet he's wearing with that style of logo, because I think the real Dolphins would take him right now.
The way he's making plays, absolutely.
No gain on first down, but now on second down, Hadley keeps the ball and good things happen. He's got another first down for North Carolina. He is still on his feet heading down the sideline. Hadley is still in bounds, and he's going to be in for another. Are they going to mark him out of bounds, or they're going to score the touchdown?
The referee gave the touchdown.
He did
signal.
give the touchdown sign.
Yep,
so
that is a
Hadley with his
touchdown.
second touchdown run of the ball game. I thought for a moment he may have been out of bounds going down the line, but he just kept going and he stayed in bounds. And just like that, Hadley has his second touchdown of the afternoon.
I mean, that much speed and power, you give him time to gather, it is tough to make a play when he's coming at you that fast.
He has accounted for all 3 North Carolina touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 in the air on a short pass, and now the extra point try is coming up for North Carolina. Giarusso will attempt that extra point. He is from Banner Elk. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. It was wide to the right. So both teams have now missed 1 extra point, and it's now a 14-point deficit with 5:17 remaining in the first half. North Carolina leads South Carolina 20-6.
Well, it looked like the kick had the distance, just the accuracy was a little off, but doesn't negate the big play that was just made by Elijah Hadley and the North Carolina Tar Heels. They seem to be rolling offensively, and South Carolina's going to have to make some big adjustments defensively to figure out how to contain this big-time quarterback.
We've got a pretty good crowd here on again, it is a cold Saturday morning here. I believe to our north there might even be some freezing rain of sorts. That's one way to keep your fingers warm, by texting somebody. That always pays off. Let's go ahead and head down to the field and check in with Bob Mahalik.
On North Carolina sideline with Jeffrey Linton, number 72, one of the big fellas up front, creating a lot of guys are dominating the offensive line. How are you getting that done?
Okay, we're having a problem with. Oh. Okay, well, we'll check back in with Bob in just a moment. We're having a problem with his microphone right there, but we want to go ahead and check in. By the way, Jeffrey Linton at 6 foot 215, I think is bigger than Bob.
North Carolina has some big boys. No other way to say it.
Including a big guy just kicked off, Reagan McCraney, who's 5'10", 220, kicks off. But South Carolina with a good return here. That's Demarius Foster. He's at the 40, and he's going to finally be knocked off of his feet. But a great return by Foster. And South Carolina will have excellent field position and a second really, really outstanding kickoff return for the Sandlappers.
Demarius Foster adds again to another one of those speedsters that North Carolina has. They can figure out ways to use them in drives. They will be successful. Demarius Foster, outstanding football player who scored 31 touchdowns in his youth league this year. They used him at every position available, and he obviously came through.
His return is to the 32-yard line, so that's where South Carolina will start this drive in North Carolina territory, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Judy is the quarterback, working out of the shotgun, and he makes the handoff going left side. That's Caleb Cooper. Cooper running into a lot of bodies, and we got a flag that will come down late. He may have picked up about a yard or so, but we'll have to wait to check out the penalty. Jamison Pegwas made the tackle for North Carolina. He's from McLeansville, North Carolina. Will play at James B. Dudley Academy as a high schooler.
The North Carolina defensive line seems to be able to control the edge very well. So any sweeps or any attacks on the outside get thwarted pretty quickly if you're not getting there at the right moment, because they close down hard. And we'll see if South Carolina adjusts and goes back with the power running versus trying to attack the edge.
Well, the illegal use of hands there by South Carolina will be a 10-yard penalty, marks it all the way back to the 41-yard line, so now make it first down and 20 for South Carolina. As the clock runs as we near the 4-minute mark of our first half, North Carolina leading this by a score of 20-6. Fakes the handoff, throwing long downfield, and the ball is going to be caught. And a great catch right there, and a good completion. Bennett Judy to Caleb Cooper. Kind of a jump ball situation, and Cooper at 5'6", 115 pulls it down. It's going to be a first down for South Carolina.
Cooper making an outstanding play on the ball right there. Concentration with the defender, hanging on him, still brings it in. Awesome catch, awesome catch.
Ronnie Herring was just out-muscled. He just didn't have the size to try to go up for a jump ball right there. So with Cooper pulling the ball in, South Carolina is now starting at the 17-yard line, first down and 10.
An interesting stat about Cooper, even though he's in the South Carolina team, his number one college choice is, guess who? The UNC Tar Heels.
Wow. Kendall Lewis on first down took that handoff and went up the middle, didn't find much running room at all. So that's going to make it second down and 10. Actually, no gain at all on that play.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10 yards to go.
South Carolina trying to get this to at least a one-score game. Plenty of time as we hit the 3-minute mark in the first half.
Another one of those talented backs, Kendall Lewis, didn't find much there, but I'm telling you, if the guy could ever get into daylight, you'll see that he adds to another one of those speedy skill positions that South Carolina loaded their team up with.
Grady Loftus, as the quarterback, makes the handoff this time. That's Kendall Lewis going left side, trying to turn the corner. He's at the 20. Good tackle there by that Tar Heel defense. That is number 9, Angus Weaver, who makes the stop.
Angus Weaver made an outstanding open field tackle, kept his eyes on the runner, didn't lunge too early, and chased him down and made a stop in the backfield.
So the excellent hustle there is going to bring up third down as we don't pick up any flags then, but we're having an extended discussion. Well, maybe there was a penalty flag, and as there was against North Carolina.
Oh, wow. That negates a pretty solid defensive play.
Yeah, they had actually held him to no gain on that play, but now because of the penalty, it winds up making it second down and 5.
Let's see if South Carolina can capitalize. They're getting a few gifts here with penalties, and you always want to take advantage of it.
Bennett Judy at quarterback hands it off. Big hit as they make the handoff there to Kendall Lewis, and Lewis picked up a yard, maybe 2. Looked like Weaver was once again in on the stop.
Yeah, Weaver snuffed that out pretty well. Kendall Lewis, 2 hard-earned yards, but the defensive line of North Carolina is making it very tough to advance the football.
Third down and 4 from the North Carolina 12. And we've got a whistle right there, and we had a timeout that was called by South Carolina. So that will stop the clock with 1:24 to go in our first half. North Carolina leading this one by 14. One of the things we were talking about before the ball game is that obviously one of the great things for these sixth graders, these 11 and 12-year-olds, is they get a chance to play at a college football stadium like this one. But it's also, in most of their cases, a lot bigger field than they're used to playing on.
Absolutely. They, the runs will probably get them a little more gassed, and they're used to seeing a lot of rec league fields, maybe some middle school fields. Every now and then some of them may play on high school fields, but this right here is a great opportunity for them to play on a college level field and get a taste of what the next level will be like.
Of course, it's a beautiful grass field here. Look at that. I wish my lawn would look half as good as that stadium does. Again, we're in the middle of December.
Right. Compliments to the grounds crew. Yeah. This is amazing.
The grounds crew here does as good a job as the football team. Obviously, Wofford a great season, won 2 playoff games, made it to the final 8 of the SCS playoffs. On third down, the pass is complete, but Zion Moore runs into a lot of defenders right there, and that's going to bring up fourth down. And he may have actually lost a yard on that play, so this could bring up fourth down and 5.
Yeah, that was a great adjustment by the North Carolina defense. South Carolina tried a little screen play, but the discipline of the North Carolina line, they stayed at home, made the right read, and kept them in the backfield.
So it looks like it's going to be a fourth down and 6 here from about the 14-yard line. South Carolina trying to keep this drive alive. Running right now, that's Grayson Loftus, and Loftus will throw it incomplete. The North Carolina coaches are asking for intentional grounding, but it was fourth down, so they should be getting the football back. And unfortunately, there's Grayson Loftus coming up limping a little bit. I guess that's just instinct because he did kind of just throw it away right there.
Yeah, those guys are competing hard. They're wanting everything that they're supposed to get. But like you said, either way, they get the ball back and a chance to drive down and see if they can close out the half.
Well, they got 38 seconds to go, so we'll see if they want to try to put it up in the air or not. But it's been kind of a dangerous proposition when they've done that. They've kind of turned into jump ball situations. South Carolina will get the football to start the second half. Is one thing to keep in mind.
That was a missed opportunity for South Carolina to score right there. That would have been great to score going into halftime and getting the ball back with another chance to possibly tie the score. So, that makes the workload a little bit harder for them coming into the second half. But right now they got to figure out a way to keep North Carolina from getting to the end zone, which is very possible with the playmaking of Elijah Hadley.
Well, he has had a big first half. He's run for 2 touchdowns. He has thrown for a third. And now another stoppage of play at least. Another timeout will be taken by North Carolina. Again, you kind of wonder what their options are. 38 seconds to go, a couple of timeouts, but they've got the football to start with at their own 24-yard line.
Again, North Carolina has shown they can make plays. They've had the football in fairly good field position, so we'll see, being pinned a little deeper in their territory if they're just as comfortable. If, maybe South Carolina can create some type of big play to end this half.
Well, again, it's a great stand by the North Carolina defense to stop South Carolina on downs. This is by far the worst field position they've had. They've had the ball. They've started a couple drives at the 48-yard line. Of course, they had the turnover a little bit back early in the first quarter and had a drive starting inside the South Carolina 40. But here from their own 23-yard line, Hadley will hand it off. He'll give it to who else? Kamarion Baldwin, and Baldwin has running room 30, 35, 40. Still on his feet. Someone lost a shoe, and he's finally going to be wrestled down at about the 44-yard line.
There's a flag in the backfield right here, so we'll see what that will result.
As you can see, the penalty flag right there. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line. 27 seconds to go. If this play were to stand up, that might change things because suddenly you picked up 20 yards just like that.
Yeah, and it makes it very possible for North Carolina to make a play deep down the field.
And they're going to say no penalty, apparently. So they pick up the flag on that one. Again, it's a big run here for Baldwin. Good blocking ahead of him.
Yeah, good blocking, great read, way to follow his blockers, and it resulted in a big play.
I never picked up who lost a shoe on that one, but again, now North Carolina has first down from their own 45. Clock is, though, running now with 17 seconds to go in the half. There's going to be the handoff going to the right side. That is Holden Weatherford. He is out of Bostic, North Carolina. He's going to be dragged down. He gets into South Carolina territory at the 49-yard line, and a timeout's going to be called. It's going to stop the clock with 2 seconds to go in the half from the 49-yard line. Now, I don't know if they got enough arm to get one toward the end zone or not, but we'll see what happens here on fourth down, or on with the last play of the first half. We have heard that North Carolina does have a field goal kicker that is capable of hitting from as far as 39 yards out. And
wow, that is impressive.
We've seen his extra points. I mean, he's had a strong leg. He did have the last touchdown. His extra point was wide to the right, but he does appear to have plenty of leg. We also saw that on a couple of his kickoffs.
Yes. Yeah, he can get it down there.
Of course, that's well out of his range right now. Obviously, we're not in that kind of a situation unless maybe you have a defensive penalty on a long play at the end of the half. Who knows? But we'll see what Hadley and company will do here with 2 seconds to go from the South Carolina 49-yard line. And North Carolina, again, already up by 14 points. Hadley will set up. He will throw long. He's got a man open behind the defense. It's caught. That is number 56. That is Aaron Foster, and Aaron Foster's in for a touchdown.
Wow, I know that is not what the defensive coordinator drew up for that, but give North Carolina's
But
coaches.
there is a flag on the play again, and I can see at least one of the South Carolina players is clapping as if it's going to go against North Carolina. Man,
wow,
that might wipe out an exceptional last play of the half. Oh, it's going to be a procedure. A false start will bring that back. Wow.
Wow, that takes away because that was a well-thrown ball, well-run route, and it was as pretty a play that we've seen all day.
You know, sometimes you think about, Hail Mary situations and jump balls, but if you can just get a one-on-one situation, sometimes your odds can just be 50-50. That could work out okay.
Yeah. It worked out very well on that play.
So we're going to have an untimed down here after that penalty. Marked back now at the 46-yard line, and Hadley looks like he will try the same thing again, but actually now South Carolina deflected that pass. One of the defensive linemen got his hands up on it. It falls incomplete, and that will end our first half. And an interesting first half here at the Junior Shrine Bowl. Some huge plays made especially by North Carolina, and the Tar Heels now lead South Carolina by a score of 20-6. South Carolina will get the ball to start the second half, which will be good news. We got about a 10-minute halftime coming up. Bob Mahalik is going to be talking to the South Carolina coach, Graham Whitlock, in a moment. But Graham right now, he's meeting with his coaches because they haven't got a whole lot of time to try to make a few adjustments to try to get things going here in the second half. Talking to all of his guys as the players have headed downfield.
Yeah, it was a good play that they made right there at the end with South Carolina.
All right, Bob Mahalik is with Graham Whitlock.
All right, Graham Whitlock, an interesting first half, a very exciting first half, a lot of big plays. What is the message you're going to deliver to your football team here at the break?
We're just going to keep fighting. That's what we got to do. We got to make some adjustments. They're playing well. We're going to fight to the end. So that's what we're going to do.
On defense, they have some strong runners. Tackling, obviously, is something you preach and you preach. Is fundamentals something that you'll talk about here at halftime as well?
This is a big stage. It's not the way you arrive, it's the way you leave. And we're not paper busters. We're going to come out, all right? And it's going to be real simple.
All right, we look forward to a great second half, Graham. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
It was. I mean, what a fun first half this turned out to be. So again, North Carolina with a 20-6 lead here at halftime, and as you can see the clock right there as you're watching us live on the Junior Shrine Bowl YouTube channel. So we're going to just take a moment. Maybe you can take a moment as well, and we'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes.
South Carolina raised by the way of New York. He will be performing a showpiece followed by his single Student of the Year. You can follow Son of Ice on YouTube and Instagram at Son of Ice.
Hey, I just need everybody to face the Jumbotron.
All right, I'm ready.
Put us on the screen, please. Put us up. Put us up. Drop the spinner.
All right, you can go ahead.
Okay, now drop that blocker. She's not paying attention. Ready? Put us up, please. Put us on, please. Put us on, please. Drop that blocker. Well, it said it on the screen. On the big Jumbotron.
All right, I'm about to perform. I need y'all to help me out. All right, let's go.
One. I don't have any idea what this guy's doing.
Hey, when I say what it is, Ice, I want y'all to say what it is, Ice. Hey, what it is, Ice. What it is, Ice. What it is, Ice. What it is. Hello, what up? Let me tell you what it is. South Carolina, what? Let me check this. Let me show you how I do it. Hey, everything, cause I work hard. Oh yeah, I done listened to. Damn, my teacher's trying to make me student of the year. Oh yeah, I done work. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Reset.
Yes, sir.
We'll put you back up to 45 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
On about 15,
That's fine. Yeah, I'm going to watch. Bob's trying to get the North Carolina coach, so.
We'll try to wait on that. We'll wait on him to get that. Watch out for you going back. Watch out for you going back.
Still want me to go 45?
No, we'll try to wait for North Carolina.
Okay. All right. Right. Okay. Fred Cunningham and Ed Geth back with you at Gibbs Stadium at Wofford College in Spartanburg. We're getting ready for the start of the second half of the Junior Shrine Bowl. North Carolina leads South Carolina 20-6, and Bob Mahalik is standing by with Marcus Wall of the Tar Heels.
Yeah, the Tar Heel coach, if you will, has got to be pretty excited about your team's performance. How did you assess the first half, the way your North Carolina team played?
Not bad. We got to eliminate the penalties, but, you know, pregame jitters and things are out, so we should be fine.
What did you tell the squad at halftime?
Just stay focused. They're a great team, so we got to, finish it off.
Showed off a little bit of the throwing arm there. You obviously have the running game. You have a lot of weapons to work with on offense. How are you going to use them here in the second half?
We'll just be balanced like normal.
All right. Well, congratulations on a good first half. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, Bob, as we're getting ready for the start of this second half and with a lead right now. And here's some of the first half highlights. And early on, you can see the first touchdown of the game by Camarion Baldwin. That gave North Carolina a 7-0 lead. And then after a turnover, this was another touchdown for Baldwin. And obviously his second of the game, Elijah Hadley threw it to him. This came off a South Carolina fumble, and that made it 14-0 in favor of North Carolina. South Carolina came back, and this was a superb effort on the reverse. That is the speedster DeMarcus Porter out of Spartanburg. Someday, I should say, he'll be making plays like these at Dorman High School. He went about 46 yards for a touchdown. That made it 14-6. But North Carolina had one more big play in him, and it came from Elijah Hadley, who went down the sideline, stayed inbounds, broke that one tackle, and turned it on. Hadley has had a huge first half in this game, and right now it is a 20-6 lead for North Carolina. And Ed, the South Carolina team, will get the ball back to start this second half.
Have a chance to try to redeem itself and try to get itself out of this hole. I'm sure Coach came in and tried to make a lot of adjustments, and we'll see if the kids take it to heart and execute. And they had some success. They had some good drives. They just couldn't close the deal. Even got deep in North Carolina territory, but just couldn't get in the end zone. Great job on the North Carolina defensive end to stand up right there.
All right, Chad Giarusso will be kicking off for North Carolina. North Carolina team wearing green with the silver pants. South Carolina dressed in red. And again, for this game, they will be kicking off from the 40-yard line. Kind of a squib kick right there, and it's going to be pulled in by South Carolina, and a nice job there covering the football for South Carolina. That is number 18, Fred Pearson IV. He is from Greenville. More specifically, he is from the Malden area.
Number 18, Fred Pearson IV.
And it's going to be now a first down and 10 for South Carolina. They start at the 49-yard line.
From the 49-yard line.
Now good field position from South Carolina. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. They definitely have the speed and the athletes to make plays, and it'll be interesting to see what the play calling will be.
Second down and 10 yards to go from the 49-yard line.
Problem there, but we are back now on second down and 10 after South Carolina had an incomplete pass on first down from the 49-yard line. Delayed handoff, and it's going to be dropped for a loss back there, and a big tackle being delivered by North Carolina. That is big number 78, Keith Sampson, who came in to make the hit and to take down Kendall Lewis, and it's now going to bring up third down and long. Just nobody could handle Sampson on that play, and he came in. He's out of New Bern, North Carolina. Good look at him. Again, a big guy, 5'6", 205, and he was a load to carry there. North Carolina has that huge defensive front. That was a loss of about 3 yards, so it's going to bring up third down and 13 from the 46-yard line.
Yeah, Sampson has pedigree in his family. His grandfather was drafted by the Green Bay Packers, Jesse Sampson.
Long throw on third down, and he only had one hand on it, but he couldn't quite bring it in. DeMarcus Porter got just behind the defense, was able to get a hand on it, tried to bring in that throw with the other one, and it just falls incomplete.
Yeah, great throw, little over. DeMarcus could make a play on it, but just wasn't enough to bring it in.
So on fourth down and long, and for the first time in today's game, we've had what is a punting situation. And again, we're not doing live punts today, but we are doing a 30-yard mark-off. So the first punt of the game, technically, will give the ball to North Carolina, and they will start this drive at their 24-yard line. And that makes sense for South Carolina because they're still in this game. They're down by 2 touchdowns, but it was going to be fourth and a long way to go. And if they hadn't kicked it there, they would have given North Carolina just ideal field position.
Yeah, that's not where you want to start North Carolina with them being able to score so easily when they had great field position. Back them up a little bit, see what your defense can do.
So here's Elijah Hadley at quarterback, and again, he's gone the distance for North Carolina. The handoff there to Baldwin, and Baldwin goes to the left side and finds no running room at all there, so a good job by that South Carolina defense. Again, Hadley had that big first half, a touchdown run, a touchdown pass. I was mistaken earlier. I'd given him credit for a couple of touchdowns. He had a huge run that set up that Baldwin touchdown that was the first of the game. They gave North Carolina at that point a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, the defense adjusted well right there. They closed the ends and didn't give the running back much room, and we'll see if they can continue to make plays like that.
Well, we've got offsetting penalties on that first down play, so we will try it again now. First down and 10, North Carolina at the 24-yard line. Clock running, coming up on 7 minutes to go in our third quarter. North Carolina 20, South Carolina 6. Baldwin again goes one way. We'll try to cut back and go the other. And he runs into the arms of big number 72, Divontaeus Armstrong. He is from Spartanburg. He'll play for Broome High School one day. You can see that helmet right there that shows it. And he's a load.
And you said it correctly. Big number 72. This guy plugs holes with ease, and he actually has, to be his size, very good feet.
Hadley will keep it on second down, and he's got running room 30, 35, 40. He's got the first down and more. He's in the secondary again. They might not catch him. One guy has one track or chance to get him, and he won't get into the end zone. This time again, it is Hadley with another touchdown run for North Carolina, and there are no penalty markers on the play. So Hadley, I'd given him credit for scoring 2 touchdowns incorrectly. Now he takes it on his own to correct me. A touchdown run of about 80 yards. And just like that, North Carolina has opened it up big.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, remember the name, Elijah Hadley. We're watching a kid with a lot of potential. This kid works hard and stays the path. He will be a household name.
Bryson Miller tried to haul him down. He actually got a hand on him, but couldn't knock him off his feet before he got into the end zone. Extra point kick is up, and it is no good as Chad Giarusso couldn't make that one connect, but still North Carolina takes advantage of stopping South Carolina.
Well, they're in control of the game. They have a good feel for their offense, and yes, Elijah is making a lot of plays, make no mistake about it, but that offensive line is definitely giving him room. Everybody's doing their job. Everybody's executing the way coach wants them to execute, and this is the result. The star player will make plays, but the role players also do their job and make the team look good by points on the board.
North Carolina 26, South Carolina 6. 6:29 remains in our third quarter. Here on a cold Saturday morning in Spartanburg, South Carolina. We kicked off this game with a temperature about 35 degrees. The good news is there's not a lot of wind. You can see the American flag in the background. As you can see, it is moving, but at least we don't have like a howling wind here. And the other good news is that there's been some precipitation in the area, mainly to our north, and there have been some reports of some freezing rain up that way. So fortunately, we've missed out on that. Again, you can see the wind right there. That's not going to be too big of a factor today as far as just making it super cold out there. It's cold enough on its own, believe me, without the wind's help.
Yes, it is.
And it's hard, and we really shouldn't brag too much because we're in a nice heated booth upstairs. It's Bob Mahalik on the sidelines. It's really earning it today as another short kick, and this one is a live ball perhaps, and it's going to be recovered by North Carolina. Does it? No, they're going to give it to South Carolina.
I think the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, it went out of bounds before he was able to recover it.
Yeah.
You saw the quick celebration by North Carolina. They thought they had it for a moment, but again.
It was well executed. Uh-oh.
No, they will give it to North Carolina.
They
so
changed it.
We were right the first time.
Wow, right. Well executed.
I thought he had the ball covered, and then we saw the official down there point toward the South Carolina side. Take a look at it again. Just bounced by one, and now it would be a live ball. Yeah, he covered it clearly at about the 44-yard line.
It looked like a couple of the South Carolinas looked confused at who was supposed to go for the ball there. I mean, he had a pretty clean run. I don't know if one player thought another was going to get it. That's what it looked like. But either way, it was a well-executed play by the Tar Heels, and now they will have the ball with good field position, and that is a scary thought.
All right, so Hadley, who again has gone the distance at quarterback. South Carolina has used several players at quarterback, but Hadley has been taking the snaps for North Carolina, and now he starts with the ball spotted just inside the South Carolina 44-yard line, and looks like we got a timeout, at least for the South Carolina side. The South Carolina team heading over there. North Carolina team is still lined up at the 44. They're ready to go.
Yeah,
I think they're thinking at this point, we've got the lead, we've got the ball, and it's cold. Let's hurry up. Let's get out of here.
Hurry up, get out of here. Let's put some more points on, and then we can go home. South Carolina still devising strategy, which shows you that the coaching staff, they're really trying to win this game. They're probably implementing belief in these kids and, letting them know that, hey, no matter what the scoreboard says, if we do what we're supposed to do, anything is possible, and anything is possible. Like I said, they have some speed and playmakers on the South Carolina side. They just haven't had quite a few good breaks so far, and they definitely need a break on defense right now.
We saw Graham Whitlock, the head coach of South Carolina, was having a discussion with Ronnie Blunt, our referee today. So first down and 10 for North Carolina. They actually moved the football back about a half a yard to the other side of the 44-yard line. Clock starts, 6:17 to go, third quarter. Hadley looks to throw, puts it up. He's got a man, jump ball, and it's caught, and it's complete. And it's going to be a first down. The grab made by Aaron Herring. And Herring with the grab off that completion will quickly move North Carolina into the red zone again.
Yeah, great play now with Hadley not only displaying his feet, but now displaying his arm. It's not much this kid can't do.
That ball sort of like came in on like a parachute in between three South Carolina defenders.
Perfect placement.
And just fell right in there for the completion. From the 20-yard line, Hadley with a straight drop will throw it to Baldwin. Baldwin the 20. He's at the 15. He's taken out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Making the stop for South Carolina was Jacob Collins. He's out of Taylor's. Will play his high school football at Riverside. But another good first down play for the Tar Heels. They'll bring up second down. It looks like it'll be about 2nd and 7. And the officials are having a discussion. I don't see a flag. There is a flag that's back at about the 4-yard line. There it is. So we're waiting to find out what this will be. Indeed they did. So they picked the flag up. So second down at about 7 from the 13-yard line. Hadley will take it straight up the middle. Try to power his way to the 10, and he's going to be close to the first down. We'll have to see where they mark it. We've had so many big plays today. I don't think we've had a single measurement so far in this game.
They gave it to him first down.
Yep. He did make his way, so they gave him progress just shy of the 10-yard line, but that's good enough. So being just outside the 10, well, they're going to give it first down and goal from the 10-yard line. Hadley will make the pitch to Baldwin. Baldwin right side, and he's going to be hit. He's going to be dropped for a loss. Nice hit there by Derek Barksdale for South Carolina. We called his name earlier in the game. He's out of Rock Hill. He'll play at South Point High School someday. Good penetration there, by the way, there by Ryan Bunlute, who kind of slowed him down a little bit.
Ryan Bunlute, who was playing quarterback earlier, I told you also as a defensive end, got in the backfield and made that play go for a loss.
And we got another timeout right now. I think we've got another shaken up player for North Carolina. So as we take this timeout, stops the clock with 4:41. We're taking a picture of you, and you're taking a picture of us. By the way, we want to thank everybody who's watching us live today on the Junior Shrine Bowl YouTube channel. Fred Cunningham, Ed Geth, and Bob Mahalik. We are in Spartanburg, South Carolina for the second Junior Shrine Bowl, the morning warm-up. I don't know if I should use the word warm-up, but it is the morning warm-up for this afternoon's Shrine Bowl game that will be contested between some of the best high school football stars in both Carolinas. They'll be on the same field today at Wofford.
Warm-up might not be appropriate for the weather, but heating up may be appropriate for the North Carolina offense. They score in a hurry.
Here goes Hadley to the left side on second down, a goal from about the 11. He's at the 5. He's inside the 5. He's in the end zone, standing up for the touchdown. And just like that, North Carolina adds to this lead, and they have really opened up the game now. That'll make it 32-6 as we wait the extra point.
Again, like I say, Hadley is making the plays, but you have to give credit to the North Carolina team for doing their job. There were several blocks down the field that made it possible that he got in untouched. I mean, he wasn't even grabbed until he got to the end zone. That's great blocking downfield.
So here's Chad Giarusso from Banner Helk. He'll play at Avery High School. He'll attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So that's good news for him. He had missed a couple, and now he hits that one right there, and that's going to extend the lead out to 33-6 with 4:34 remaining in our third quarter here in Spartanburg.
Yeah, South Carolina has definitely got to figure out a way to regroup. Got to figure out a way to get their better players. I'm starting to see some slumping shoulders. So now this is where, great coaching comes into play, trying to get the kids to still believe, still give them a reason to give their best effort. So now the offense goes out on the field, a lot of talent out there. They got to answer the call. North Carolina on the other end, they got to keep it up, not relax, and just keep doing what they're doing.
And let's go ahead and check in with Bob Mahalik.
A lot of joy on the North Carolina sideline, even for Chandler Horney, who's not playing in this game because of injury, but yet he wanted to show up, dress up, show up with the team. Chandler, tell us why you decided you want to be a part of this game.
Because I think that it was going to be a good experience and a good learning thing for me.
Is it a little frustrating not getting a chance to play with all your new teammates?
A little bit.
What about the joy and excitement of the fact that your team is up big already in this game?
It's awesome. It's really fun, and I'm really happy for my team right now.
It looks like you got the football again. This offense is pretty incredible, huh? What have you seen from your quarterback and your running back at practices and here on the field that's impressed you?
Our running backs and quarterbacks never really give up, and it's just we just have a good offense.
Well, guys, Chandler doesn't give up either. You can see the boot on the foot. He's injured, but he very much wanted to participate in this game because he knows how significant it is and what a learning experience it is. Thank you, Chandler.
All right, thanks, Bob. And watch William Brimmer for North Carolina. They will come up with their second consecutive onside kick recovery. You saw number 4 for South Carolina, Malik Williams out of Beach Island, tried to make the recovery, couldn't come up with it. It bounced off him. It became a live ball, and North Carolina's Brimmer fell on it. And so the Tar Heel offense now has the football again at the 49-yard line.
I think they overturned the Fred. I think that it didn't travel far enough, and they ended up giving South Carolina the ball. But it was still well executed.
You're right.
Yep.
I thought they did, but there you go. So South Carolina will have the football from the 49-yard line, and on first down, they're going to throw the ball long. Judy throws it, going to be intercepted just like that. So they didn't get the onside kick, but they get the ball back this way, and a nice return is underway by that North Carolina secondary, still on his feet. That is number 16. That is Christopher Peel, and Christopher Peel makes a return all the way down inside the South Carolina 20-yard line. So just another mistake by that South Carolina team, and North Carolina's offense is in great shape again. Just kind of a jump ball situation, and Peel just made some terrific plays.
Outstanding reach for that ball. He went and got it at his peak and had a great return, eyes downfield, outstanding athletic play by Peel.
Finally pulled down by Logan Coldren, but not until he carried the ball all the way down to the 16-yard line. And that's where North Carolina has the ball again. South Carolina has had very few plays on offense in this half. They had the quick 3-and-out on their first drive, and after a couple of onside kicks, they're going to throw it up, and we've got it just like that, an interception going the other way. That's Zion Moore who makes the interception for South Carolina. He pulls down the Hadley pass inside the 5-yard line, so erase that scoring opportunity for the Tar Heels.
Great read by Zion Moore right there. He saw the quarterback's eyes, he read the route, and he jumped it and made an outstanding play on the ball.
So there's a look at Zion Moore. Again, he's from Spartanburg, 5'5", as you can see. And after that interception, his team will have the ball. They'll start now from the 4-yard line. First down and 10.
Zion Moore, also a great student, has a 98 average.
Sweet.
Yes. So he gets it done in the classroom and on the field.
Grayson Loftus is from Taylor's. He will be the quarterback on this series for South Carolina, working out of the shotgun. And again, they're from inside the 5, and a timeout will be taken by North Carolina. So that's going to stop things with 3:19 remaining in our third quarter. And again, North Carolina leading South Carolina big by a score of 33-6. We mentioned this in the first half, and just want to remind everybody that for these some odd 75 players that are here today, everyone's going to get in the game. Each player is required to play a minimum of 6 plays, and that's 3 each half. So they'll get a lot of bodies in there before the ball game is over. Take a live look right there.
Yeah, this
beautiful grass field here. I just keep marveling at this field.
Yeah, the grounds crew again. Hats off to them for a marvelous job. No telling how many hours they put into making this field look this good.
And this is a field that obviously gets a lot of work. Obviously, the Carolina Panthers are here. They do a couple of workouts in the stadium. It's the home of the Wofford Terriers.
Yep.
It's also the home of the Spartanburg High School Vikings. So there's not too many weeks that there isn't some use of this field, and it just looks like it's really the middle of July. It's just beautiful. Meanwhile, Porter in the backfield runs into his running back, keeps it on his own, and he turned disaster into at least a decent gain. He's able to get it out of the end zone up to about the 5-yard line, but we had kind of a miscommunication there, and Porter winds up doing a good job as he tried to make the handoff to Kendall Lewis, but they couldn't make the connection, so Porter did the right thing and at least got it out of the end zone.
Yeah, I believe his speed actually allowed that from becoming a safety, because he was definitely in dead man's territory, but made a nice pickup.
Gained a couple of yards, again, out of what it could have been a safety. 2nd down and 8. Loftus straight throw will throw it up, and it's going to be up for grabs, and it's going to fall incomplete. And here's a late penalty flag that will come in. Caleb Cooper was the intended receiver. He was surrounded by about 3 North Carolina Tar Heels, and it looks like it's going to be interference against North Carolina, which would be a break for South Carolina.
Yeah, you saw Caleb Cooper going into his route like he was going to make a play on the ball, and next thing you know, he goes down, and apparently there was a reason why.
So the pass interference penalty, let's take another look at it again. See, he's surrounded by 3 North Carolina players.
Yeah, he got a little push in the back just before the ball got to him, a little early.
So at the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, South Carolina. 2.5 minutes remaining in our third quarter. There's the pitch. Left side, 20, 25. Finally brought down about the 27-yard line. But a nice carry on that play for Kendall Lewis. He's tackled on the play by Christopher Peel. Peel, of course, had that big interception and a return just a few moments ago.
Yeah, Kendall finally got a little bit of positive yards. They had been keying on him pretty early. And this time he was able to make a big chunk and a great play for South Carolina's team.
2nd down at about 2, and again they go to the left side again. Not much running room at all there that time. As a nice stop was made by Angus Weaver as he's able to pull down Lewis.
Yeah, Angus Weaver has been on a few defensive plays tonight. He's very active on the defensive end, and he reads offensive plays well.
And we've got a penalty that's going to go against North Carolina. This is a big penalty, a 15-yarder. It's going to take the ball all the way out to the 43. So South Carolina, which was backed up into its own end zone moments ago, now with a couple of big plays and a huge penalty there, has a 1st down at their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for them to have something big right here. A little bit of good fortune, and now let's see if we can top that with some great execution.
Grayson Loftus in the backfield. Kendall Lewis, the running back, with him. Coming up on the 1-minute mark in the third quarter. Loftus will go long. He's got a man. It's going to be brought down and caught. Great grab there. Downfield by Logan Coldren. So Coldren makes the big catch, takes it all the way down to the North Carolina 33-yard line, and it's another 1st down for South Carolina.
Man, great concentration because he was definitely under duress during that throw and looked the ball into his hands and made an outstanding grab.
2 defenders there, but he got behind him, and the ball was delivered in the right spot, and he makes the catch, and again, from the 33-yard line, it's a 1st down.
Yes, Coldren also a great baseball player, which probably shows why he could keep his eye on the ball and focus on that catch.
Unfortunately, before the play, another penalty against South Carolina. It's a 5-yarder, so spotted back at the 38-yard line. So that'll make it now 1st down and 15.
1st down and 15 yards to go for South Carolina. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line.
Again, Loftus stays at quarterback. He's got 4 wideouts now, 2 to either side. Working out of the shotgun. Straight drop, under some heat. Now he's rolling. He will put it up, and it's going to fall incomplete. Looked like the closest receiver in that area was Taylor Staten, but it falls incomplete. And they'll bring up 2nd down and 15. The incomplete pass stops the clock with 20 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, they had good penetration on North Carolina. He probably rushed that throw and wanted to throw it a little sooner than he wanted to. The receiver hadn't finished running his route, but great pressure on the defensive end.
And it looks like we got a penalty now against North Carolina. An offside it was called, apparently. So South Carolina lost 5 yards on a procedure, and now they get the 5 yards back, so we're back to 1st and 10 from the 33. Loftus, quick throw, has it downfield. It's going to fall incomplete. Closest player there was DeMarcus Porter.
I'm not sure who he intended that for. The receiver, it looked like he was going for a stop in his route, and it looked like it was overthrown for DeMarcus Porter. So maybe a bit of communication problem on that play right there.
2nd down and 10. North Carolina leads this game 33-6. It was a 20-6 lead at halftime, and North Carolina has scored twice here in this third quarter on what should be the final play of it. And Loftus is going to be dropped for a big loss all the way back about the 48-yard line, and making the play back there was Samaj Turner, and Turner closes out the third quarter in a big way. They brought the heat. You can see him make that sack. It's going to be a huge loss for South Carolina all the way back to about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Turner shredded that blocker well and kept his eyes on the quarterback. Big hit right there.
And just like that, we have reached the end of three quarters. The score, North Carolina 33 and South Carolina 6. So we will change ends as South Carolina will try to start the fourth quarter by keeping this drive alive to see if they can get some points on the board. But again, it's a long way to go at 33-6, especially when you have the kind of weapons that North Carolina certainly has today.
Well, the talent of South Carolina is moving the ball, and they're having some very positive plays. However, North Carolina is making them earn every yard that they get, and it's such a grind. And by the time they get down here, it seems like they run out of gas, whereas North Carolina is scoring at relative ease.
Let's go ahead and check in with Bob Mahalik.
Azion Morbe, a terrific play to help set up this drive for the South Carolina team. Tell us about that big interception.
I had to catch the ball so my team would get a drive so they could score.
Yeah, you definitely need to get some points. Now, this has been a wonderful week, but what's important is what happens in the classroom. You are an A student as well. How does intelligence help you on the football field?
Because it helped me, look for people outside.
What do you think is going to happen here in the fourth quarter? You think you guys can make some plays and get back in this game?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, good luck, Azion. Congratulations on being on the squad.
All right, well, thanks, Bob. Unfortunately, the fourth quarter starts with an interception that was made right there for North Carolina by Logan Gilliam from Banner Elk, as South Carolina started the fourth quarter of that with just a bomb downfield, and it was hauled in at about the 22-yard line, and here it is. He's almost playing like a center fielder right there. The ball was intended for Porter, but instead it was picked off by Gilliam. Another turnover for South Carolina, and North Carolina has the football back at their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, Gilliam read that well, waited on the football, and made an outstanding play. Gilliam also an outstanding basketball player, and he was honored in his hometown for scoring 222 points in a basketball season.
Wow.
Yeah, talented kid.
All right, handoff there by North Carolina. It looked like a quick snap. That was Aaron Herring, and he's at the 30. He's up at the first down, 35, still on his feet, finally hauled down at about the 39-yard line. It's about a 14-yard pickup for Herring on first down, and we've called Hadley's name a lot. We have called Baldwin's name a lot, and Herring, that's about the second time, and makes a big play here.
Yeah, he was tough to bring down, strong, power running, and just kept his legs moving, and got a chunk of yards just off great athleticism.
It was DeMarcus Porter who made the tackle at last, but not before he extends it all the way out to the 39-yard line. First down, North Carolina. They'll go to the other side with him this time, and not as much success. He runs into, of course, maybe the defensive star of the game for South Carolina, Jacob Collins. Collins makes the tackle.
Yes, Collins has done his job well of getting in the North Carolina backfield. But the task of bringing down these talented runners has been too much for almost anybody.
Held him to a gain of 1, so that'll bring up second down and 9 from the 40. And we're in quarter number 4 in Spartanburg, 33-6, North Carolina. Hadley is able to stiff arm his way off, makes just a huge hit right there. He's going to wind up getting the first down, although there's a fumble at the end of the play, but we also have penalty markers that came down. He made that stiff arm on the North Carolina defender as he was making the big loop in the backfield, and that's when that penalty flag was thrown.
Yeah, you got to give South Carolina credit. They're doing their best to try to bring Hadley down in the backfield. I've seen several instances where they get penetration, but Hadley just comes out of there with great play after play and turns what seems to be a negative play into a huge positive play.
So we're waiting for the call. They're going to call the face mask on the stiff arm. So let's see if we can pick it up here. Good ground angle. Yeah, that stiff arm, he just kind of hauled him down right there. I'm not sure I've seen that before. Ryan Bunlute had really good penetration, and the stiff arm is one thing, but he just grabbed that face mask and hauled him down. So it's going to be a big mark-off against North Carolina as a result of that. There was a lot of activity on that play.
Wow, that was a big penalty.
That's maybe the long. Did they call 2 penalties here? Because that's the longest mark-off, I think.
Wow, yeah, that's way.
The ball was marked all the way back at the 9-yard line. Hadley will put it up. Baldwin has it. There he's at the 10, 15, cross the 20. Still on his feet, he's at the 30, and finally he's going to go out of bounds around the 32-yard line.
That is a huge chunk of it back, though. I mean, that was a well-executed screenplay. Hadley sold it well.
It must have been 2 15-yard because there was a penalty at the end of the play, so they must have enforced both because that was 30 yards in penalties on the one play. Now they made up a lot of it right there. Face mask and unsportsmanlike conduct were called on that play, so they enforced both. But an excellent run and catch by Baldwin. He makes it at least 3rd down and 20. So we got 10 of it back right there. Clock is running, coming up on 6 minutes to go in this one. 33-6 in favor of North Carolina. Hadley with a straight drop. Now he will step up and keep it. He's at the 35, across the 40. Collins has him, and they will fight their way up to about the 45-yard line. He's going to be about 5 yards short of the first down. And that should bring up 4th down as they mark him down officially at the 45-yard line. Make it 4th down and 4 coming up for North Carolina.
It looks like they're still staying on the field. They believe in their offense, and they haven't given us reason to doubt it.
No. Hadley will stay in there, and really just a Hadley keeper, I think it would be advantage North Carolina even on 4th down and 4. He has run out of a lot of trouble today.
Yes, he has.
They're going to hand it off. They're going to go to the left side. They will have the 1st down and more, but a penalty flag comes down after that run for an apparent 1st down. But there is that penalty flag that came out. And it is going to go against North Carolina, so wipe out that play will be declined. So it's going to cost North Carolina. They're going to back it up to the 40-yard line. It would make it now 4th down at 9.
Well, it negated a play that would have resulted in a 1st down, which most people would have believed impossible, where they were lined up after 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, and it would have been one of the more impressive 1st downs I would have seen.
So for the second time today, we're going to do our punting situation again. We're not doing live kicking today. It's an automatic 30-yard advance. So South Carolina will get the football back. The clock is running as we come up on the 4-minute mark of our 4th quarter. South Carolina football, the nose of it just short of the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I believe this is the first time North Carolina offense punt. Credit to South Carolina defense. But also, North Carolina offense made quite a few mistakes that put them in a difficult situation to get a 1st down.
Bennett Judy is the quarterback for South Carolina, trying to get all their guys on the field. They've got 4 wide receivers, as you can see, 2 to the bottom of your screen, 2 to the top. Now they had too many on there, so they rushed one guy off. First down play right there.
It's a good play to start the drive. Right up the middle, great blocking downfield, get some positive yards, and just try to build off of that.
So they picked up some yardage on the play on 1st down. And bring up 2nd down as we close in on the 3-minute mark in this one.
Well, the South Carolina players getting up a little slowly here. At least he was able to get up on his own, but he's walking off. Bobbing a little bit. Be interesting to see what the.
By the way, before we go off the air here, as we're coming up on 3 minutes ago, we have to give a great thanks to Ortho Carolina the sponsor of today's game, Ortho Carolina. We could not have had this game without you, so we thank that company, that fine company, for their involvement in today's game. A timeout taken by South Carolina after that 8-yard play on first down, so we're going to have 2nd down and 2 coming up. 2:53 remaining in this one. It has been really all North Carolina. They jumped out to the 14-0 lead.
Yes.
South Carolina was able to get a touchdown to cut it to 14-6. And then the Tar Heels got a big touchdown run by Hadley to stretch it out. That made it 20-6 at halftime. 2 more North Carolina touchdowns in quarter number 3. And as you can see right there, they are enjoying a 27-point lead.
Yeah, they look like they're, they say you always want to have fun, but winning is way more fun when you're on this big of a lead.
So 1st and 10 for South Carolina. I'm sorry, 2nd down and 2, after the 8-yard play. Got a throw over the middle. The catch is made. Hauling it in there for South Carolina, that's Demarius Foster. He is from Moore. He'll be a future Dorman Cavalier someday. South Carolina in a hurry-up mode right now. We're coming up on 2.5 minutes. 1st down now from the 44-yard line. As the South Carolina team will look over the side, that completed pass by Bennett Judy. Drops the snap. He has to fall on it right there, so he'll take a loss back to the 41-yard line. So a loss of about 4 on that play.
Bad mishap not needed on that drive right there, especially after such a positive play from Moore catch. And they're going to need some big plays to get back in this game.
2 minutes to go. Here's Judy rolling to his right. He's under pressure and will just throw the ball away right there. Will fall incomplete. Under our rules of this game, the clock will continue to run. 3rd down and 14 coming up for South Carolina at their own 40.
Alexander Bailey on quarterback hurry.
So we'll see what South Carolina does here. 90 seconds left in this one. 3rd down and 14 from the 40. Judy straight drop. Now he's under some pressure. Actually gets the ball away. Just kind of tossed it right there to Demarius Foster just out of sort of desperation. And Foster actually even lost an additional yard. And that'll bring up 4th down and 15 for South Carolina. As we hit 1 minute to go, as you can see, the good heat being provided in there by that big North Carolina defense. I think that was Keith Sampson who got in there to force that play.
Yeah, he's also been making a lot of defensive plays on that end. South Carolina's offense just seemed very discombobulated. They couldn't figure out where the ball was supposed to go. I think it was a couple of missed blocks here and there. Their concentration is starting to sway a little bit.
Well, they didn't really have just a consistent running threat, not the kind of threat that you had with Hadley. Just when in doubt, you know that Hadley could have come up with some big plays. There's going to be a 4th down play right there and an interception from North Carolina, and still on his feet for the 2nd time today. There is William Brimmer's name being called. Brimmer with the interception on what should pretty much do it. The clock continuing to run. Our final seconds are ticking off the board. As you can see, what's going to wind up being the last play of this game. It's going to be intercepted again by William Brimmer. He's from New Bern, North Carolina. And he brings it all the way into South Carolina territory on what winds up being, it would appear, the final play of the game, and that is the game. And North Carolina has won the Junior Shrine Bowl #2. They knock off South Carolina. The final score 33-6. So for Marcus Wall, a fun day for him as he leads this North Carolina junior squad here again. As we mentioned at the top of our broadcast, he was supposed to play in the actual Shrine Bowl game 25 years ago at this time. He couldn't because his team was too busy trying to win a North Carolina state championship, which is what they did. So he won that state championship a long time ago, and now he got to come back and win on the same field where the Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas will be played today.
Absolutely. My hat's off to Marcus Wall, fellow UNC alum, and was there during the Mac Brown era to help turn North Carolina football around. And even though I may have had a personal feel to pull for South Carolina with my son playing, my hat's off to Marcus Wall, and happy for him. Good guy. Had his team well prepared. Those guys have been energized all week, and comes from a great high school program, Southview. Hats off to the North Carolina team.
Well, all right, let's go ahead and check in with that guy you were just talking about from Southview High School. Marcus Wall is with Bob Mahalik.
Yeah, very happy and proud, Tar Heel. Congratulations, Coach. You put a quality team together, and they executed out here this afternoon. What was the key to victory?
Just staying focused for the most part. I think both teams were great, both true all-star teams. We did a couple things better today. It was just our day.
Talk about the week, what it meant to you, and what playing this game meant to you, and to go back to North Carolina with the win.
That's big for us. South Carolina won it last year, so that it's tied 1-1, and just the Junior Shrine Bowl all together, man, it's first class. The kids were treated well all week, and to get an opportunity to go and do the things that they've done and experience it, it's a lifelong experience for these guys.
I'm sure the young men, the kids really, learned a lot from you and your coaching staff. Did you learn anything from them and from this experience this week?
We've learned plenty. They've taught us quite a few things, a couple different chants. Food is very important at all times. So, yeah, no, we had a blast.
Well, we're glad you had a great time. Thank you for coming and participating, putting a quality team together, enjoying the week here, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. And congratulations going back to the Tar Heel State of Winter.
Yes, sir. Thank you all.
Shrine Bowl, and Ed, this was just a very, very great showing by the Tar Heels.
Awesome display by the Tar Heels that came in focused, that came in ready. Marcus Wall said it at the beginning in his pregame interview that, make no mistake about it. We want to have fun. We want to recognize the importance of the game, but we want to win, and win they did.
And Elijah Hadley, you see him right there, number one, may have made the most difference today for North Carolina, because just when in doubt, he could get yards and make big plays. They also had a big day from Camarion Baldwin, and between those two guys, they gave North Carolina a constant threat every time they had the football, and when they had it, they did a great job. We want to thank just everybody who was involved in today's broadcast. We want to thank Jimmy Staten, of course, who did so much to put this game together. Garrett Hall, we want to thank you for directing and doing everything for us today on what wound up being the sun coming out, at least briefly, right here at the end. Maybe we'll warm things up a little bit to wrap up the second Junior Shrine Bowl. For Bob Mahalik and Ed Geth, this is Fred Cunningham. We say goodbye from Spartanburg, South Carolina, on the campus of Wofford College here at Gibbs Stadium, where North Carolina has won the second annual Junior Shrine Bowl, defeating South Carolina by a final score of 33-6. Again, we thank you for being with us, and have a great holiday season. Looks like he's looking to throw, but now he's going to keep it, and for good reason. He's got the first down, takes a good hit right there, but stays off.
The way he's making plays, absolutely.
No gain on first down, but now on second down, Hadley keeps the ball, and good things happen. He's got another first down for North Carolina. He is still on his feet, heading down the sideline. Hadley is still in bounds, and he's going to be in for another. Are they going to mark him out of bounds? They got fakes the handoff. Throwing long downfield, and the ball is going to be caught. And a great catch right there, and a good completion. Bennett Judy to Caleb Cooper. Kind of a
team, his #1 college choice is guess who? The UNC Tar Heels.
Wow. Kendall Lewis on first down took that handoff and went 10 after South Carolina had an incomplete pass on first down from the 49-yard line. Delayed handoff, and it's going to be dropped for a loss back there, and a big tackle being delivered by North Carolina. That is big, number 7.
Actually has to be his size. Very good feet.
Hadley will keep it on second down, and he's got running room 30, 35, 40. He's got the first down and more. He's in the secondary again. They might not catch him. One guy has one track or chance to get him, and he won't get into the end zone. This time, really earning it today as another short kick, and this one is a live ball perhaps, and it's going to be recovered. 44-yard line. Clock starts, 6:17 to go third quarter. Hadley looks to throw, puts it up. He's got a man, jump ball, and it's caught, and it's complete, and it's going to be a first down. Hadley will make the pitch to Baldwin right side, and he's going to be hit. He's going to be dropped for a loss.
They score in a hurry.
Here goes Hadley to the left side on second down, a goal from about the 11. He's at the 5. He's inside the 5. Is in the end zone, standing up for the touchdown. And just from the 49-yard line, and on first down, they're going to throw the ball long. Judy throws it, going to be intercepted just like that. So they didn't get the onside kick, but they get the ball back this way, and a nice return is underway by that North Carolina secondary, still on his feet. That is number 16. That is Christopher Peel, and Christopher Peel makes a return on their first drive, and after a couple of onside kicks, they're going to throw it up, and we've got it just like that, an interception going the other way. That's Zeiss here in this third quarter on what should be the final play of it, and Loftus is going to be dropped for a big loss all the way back about the 48-yard line. But an excellent run and catch by Baldwin. He makes it at least, third down and 20. So we got 10 of it back right there. Clock is running, coming up on 6 minutes to go in this one. 33-6 in favor of North Carolina. Hadley with a straight drop. Now he will step up and keep it. He's at the 35, across the 40. Collins has him, and they will fight their way up to about the 45-yard line. He's going to be about 5 yards. Just a consistent running threat, not the kind of threat that you had with Hadley. Just when in doubt, you know that Hadley could have come up with some big plays. There's going to be a fourth down play right there, and an interception from North Carolina. And still on his feet for the second time today, there is William